Ivy and Bean Break the Fossil Record. Written by Annie Barrows. Illustrated by Sophie Blackall. Believe it or not, breaking a world record is harder than it looks, said Emma the next day at recess. The second graders who had gathered around the amazing book of world records the day before were huddled under the play structure again, without the book. I could get 2 spoons stuck on my cheeks, no problem, Emma went on. And for a second, I got 3. But that's all. I wish the book said how that kid did it. Did you try your nose? Asked Drew. Sure, I tried my nose, Emma said. It slid right off. Maybe he has a very sticky face, said Ivy. Maybe he even put something on his face to make it sticky. Maybe, said Emma. But forget it. I'm tired of trying to put spoons on my face. There was a silence. Bean didn't want to be a braggy kid. Everyone hates braggy kids. She would wait to tell about the dinosaur bones until someone else told about breaking a record. How'd the cartwheels go? She asked Zuzu. Super great, said Zuzu. You did it? Asked Ivy. 111 cartwheels? Everyone looked impressed. Wow, that's great. Are you going to be in the book? Zuzu pulled the zipper on her jacket down and up. I didn't do 111 cartwheels. I did 32. She looked around at the faces watching her. That's a lot. I set the record for Emerson's school for sure. There was a short silence while everyone thought about that. Then Bean said, Did you fall down or what? I crashed into the fence, said Zuzu. Got a bunch of splinters. She held up her knee. It looked like she had pepper under her skin. Ouch, said Ivy. She hated splinters. If my backyard was a mile long, I bet I could have done it, said Zuzu. Eric's not at school today, said Vanessa. I wonder if he ate 500 M&Ms. He didn't, said Doucet. He ate 112, and then he threw up. But 112 is hardly anything. He didn't chew, said Doucet. He just poured them down his throat. Yuck, said Emma. That's gross. His mom is really mad, said Doucet glumly. She took the rest of his money away. What about you, Bean? Asked Vanessa. Did you get all those straws in your mouth? Straws? Bean had almost forgotten the straws. Oh, no. But Ivy and I broke another record. How many did you get in? Asked Zuzu. What? Oh, 44. But guys, said Bean, Ivy and I broke another record yesterday afternoon. She stopped and waited. Well, said Vanessa. What record? We became the youngest paleontologists in the world. There was a little pause. What's a paleontologist? Asked Drew. A person who digs up dinosaur bones, said Bean. And that's what we did. We dug 17 dinosaur bones out of my backyard yesterday. And today we're going to get more. And then we're going to put them together and make a dinosaur skeleton. Nobody said anything. Isn't that cool? Said Bean. What was the matter with them? You did not, said Doucet finally. We did too, cried Bean. 17 dinosaur bones? No way, said Emma. Yes way, said Bean firmly. Zuzu and Emma gave each other a look. Bean felt her face get hot. People don't just find dinosaur bones, said Vanessa in a grown-up voice. Dinosaur bones aren't just lying around. Sometimes they are, said Ivy. That's how Mary Anning found them. Until yesterday, Mary Anning was the youngest paleontologist in the world, said Bean, trying again. Now Ivy and I are. You can't just say you broke a record and get in the book, said Vanessa. You have to prove it. We can prove it, said Ivy. Her face was getting a little pink, too. We have the bones. How do we know that they're not chicken bones you stuck in the ground yourself? Vanessa said. They're not chicken bones. They're big. You can come over and see them if you don't believe us, said Bean. Okay, said Vanessa. I will. In fact, you can all come over, said Bean. I invite you all over for a dinosaur bone viewing. So there. Fine. When? Said Emma. You can come this afternoon, Bean decided. But don't come early because Ivy and I have paleontology to do. You'd better come and see them today, said Ivy. When they're in the museum, you'll have to pay. Come on, Bean. They turned their backs on the play structure and walked toward the classroom. A bone to pick. Bean could hardly wait for the end of the day. Finally, Ms. Arubatate said, Put up your chairs, boys and girls, just like she always did. Bean and Ivy put up their chairs, wham, wham, and hurried out of the classroom. Wait, you guys! Leo ran down the breezeway and stood in front of them. They waited. Did you really? He said. What? Said Ivy in a huffy voice. Find dinosaur bones? He looked at them with narrow eyes. Bean's face got hot again. Leo was their friend, and friends believed you. He shouldn't think they were lying. It made her mad. Yes, we did, she yelled. And we have proof. Anyone who doesn't believe us can come over and see. 4 o'clock today, my house, dinosaurs. She glared at Leo. Bring everyone you know. Bring your stupid soccer team. I don't care. Geez, said Leo. Lighten up. Excuse me, said Ivy, still in a huffy voice. We have work to do. She pulled Bean by the arm. A skinny first grader plucked at her jacket when she reached the stairs. I heard you found dinosaur bones, he said. Yes, we did, said Bean in a loud voice. We found dinosaur bones. He looked at her nervously. Can I see them? Oh, Bean had been ready for a fight. She tried to make her face into a smile as she told the kid where she lived. Come by later this afternoon, she said. Okay. He smiled. Can I bring my mom? Bring anyone you want. As they walked home, Ivy said, Nobody believed Mary Anning either. They thought that the bones were just weird rocks. They told her to stop wasting her time. But in the end, she was right. Who cares what other people think? Bean stepped over a crack in the sidewalk. I do. I want other people to know I'm right. Especially when I really am right. Ivy thought for a moment. But you're still right, even if they don't think so. I guess. Bean sighed. I just feel better if other people think I'm right, too. Hardly anybody ever thinks I'm right, said Ivy. Bean nodded. That was true. A lot of people didn't understand Ivy's ideas. She had had plenty of practice at not being believed. That's probably why she didn't get as mad about it as Bean did. She just went ahead with her ideas anyway. You can do whatever you want if you don't care what people think, Bean realized. But you have to do it alone a lot of the time. They climbed the stairs to Bean's front porch. We need a good snack, said Bean. We have lots of digging to do. A great big snack, agreed Ivy. What do you have? Trail mix, said Bean. The kind with chocolate chips. Cool, we can eat it while we dig. We should be kind of quiet, Bean added. I think my dad is still a little grumpy from yesterday. But he wasn't. He was standing in the front hall with a big smile on his face. "Hi, girls," he called out. "How was school? Learned anything good? What's 2 plus 2, 8? Bean giggled. Sometimes her dad was a goofball. 4, she said. Wrong again. He slapped his head. You want a snack? I made banana bread. You did? How come? Bean said. Because I make great banana bread. Duh, he said, bustling toward the kitchen. He was awfully cheerful. Bean put her hands on her hips. What's going on around here, Dad? Why are you so happy? Dad stopped bustling toward the kitchen. I'm glad to see you, he said. Bean looked at him. I am. Then he said, It was quiet around here today. Mom says it's peaceful when we're gone, said Bean. I don't like peaceful. I was lonely, her dad admitted. Bean laughed. Hey, you're just like me. Her dad had been so lonely that he had made 3 loaves of banana bread. He cut 2 thick slices and poured 2 glasses of milk and brought them to the kitchen table. Then he sat down to watch Bean and Ivy eat. What are you guys up to this afternoon? He asked. The girls exchanged glances. It's a secret, said Bean slowly. If she told him, he might want to help, and that would ruin the youngest paleontologist record. He was old. But by the end of the afternoon, you'll know. The end of the afternoon? He looked disappointed. Oh. Ivy felt sorry for him. Thanks for the banana bread, she said. It was delicious. You're welcome. He picked up the newspaper. See you later, said Bean, getting up. She stopped and turned back to the table. There might be some kids coming over later, she said. Just in the yard. He was reading. Kids, great, he said.